What's up guys, it's me Lego Paradise here, and today I'm going to show you my latest custom Lego car, a 1950s style Ford Fairlane. I always love building Lego cars in interesting colours, and as you can see, the Ford Fairlane was no exception. I decided to build the main body of the car in this really nice light aqua colour. This is actually the same colour that I used in my Lego hippie camper van, and I've added a few bright light yellow stripes to the sides just to add a bit of contrast and help make it stand out a bit more. So if we take a look at the car in a bit more detail, you can see around the front, the first thing that probably catches your eye is this massive chrome bumper. And you can see the chrome effect actually continues along into the grille of the car. And this style of bumper was actually quite common in almost all of the expensive cars in 1950s America. And I thought I had to do it justice by making it out of some chromed Lego bricks. And what I used for the actual bumper itself are a couple of early Lego Technic exhaust pieces, and you can see how they're attached upside down around the bottom. But when you flip the car around, they look just exactly like a real life bumper. And then you can see for the side panels that attach the headlights of the car, I've had to build these using quite a few interesting techniques, like I did with a lot of the car, because that's the trouble when building in such a rare colour. You're really quite limited to the style of building. But you can see how I've had to attach these front wing bits with a couple of clips, and they're hidden just under the windscreen there. But in the end, it turns out to be a really nice look for the front. And then towards the middle, you can see the windscreen's quite simple. It's actually mirrored on both sides, but there's still enough space in the middle for a minifigure. And then you can see I've used a couple of transparent 1x2 tiles just for the side windows, just to add a bit of shape. And speaking about shape, you can see for the bottom of the middle, I've curved the bottom panels inwards. And you can see this helps create a really nice and sleek design for the Ford Fairlane. And this also creates a quite interesting effect underneath. And you can see it's an almost inverted stair effect down the bottom. And I suppose the bottom of the car turned out quite nicely as well. And then if we take a look around the back, you can see around the back I've actually extended the wings of the car a little bit more than they are on a real life Ford Fairlane. But I think this just helps make it stand out a bit more and look a whole lot more interesting. And you can see the wings are pointed off at the very end with a couple of cheese wedges. And of course you have the tail lights round the back. And then for the number plate, I've used this really nice Lego Back to the Future DeLorean number plate, because in my opinion this is one of the best Lego number plates they do. And I've reused this so many times in so many classic cars already, but I think it's perfect and works perfectly for all of them. And you can see it works especially well with my Ford Fairlane. And you might have noticed this hinge on the boot of the car, and that's because you can actually hinge it open, and this is where you can store some luggage. And you can see just a simple Lego briefcase fits in there nicely, but you can store that and the boot still has plenty of space to close. And you can see the chrome bumper around the back is not as interesting as the one around the front, but that's just because I used a couple of chrome lightsaber hilts for this bumper. But it still functions and it still looks quite good. And you can see obviously the car's mirrored on both sides. And here's just a quick look at what it looks like from the top if you're interested. And like with all of my minifigure scale Lego cars, I always love to include a small interior. And you can see you can access this on my Ford Fairlane by simply taking off the roof. And you can also see how I've built the windows here and attached them using some of these sideways bracket pieces. And that's just quite an interesting technique. And once you remove that, you have access to the interior. And unfortunately, because of the scale of Lego minifigures and just their overall proportions, you can't exactly have them sitting upright when they're sitting in such small scale cars. So you can see the minifigure kind of has to lay down to be able to get the roof on. But if we take him out, you can see there's not much else in the interior. There's just a small steering wheel and plenty of space around the sides of the seat. But again, that minifigure still fits in there quite nicely, and it's better than having no interior at all. So that was my Lego 1950s style Ford Fairlane, and if you liked it, don't forget to give the video a like, comment and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time with some more Lego creations. Thanks for watching.